Whole other use for disliking a video that I had never experienced as a creator, and you may not have either. Apparently, groups of viewers are targeting a video's dislike button to drive up the count, turning it into something like a game with a visible scoreboard.
Well, I believe this is the most disastrous decision YouTube has made to date. And at this point, this could harm the platform itself. But before we start, don't forget to hit that like, subscribe, share. Go up, hit that notification bell, switch it to all, and you'll receive all of our notifications here on QTCast TV and Man with the Show. So recently, and you probably have seen this with a lot of other YouTubers, that YouTube is about to remove the thumbs down section of this, whereas you will not be able to, if you put in a thumbs down, you won't be able to see the count on the particular video you're watching. Only the content creators will be able to see that. This is the most ridiculous thing to date. And this, you know, every time they continue to change something, it's drastically, you know, really hurtful to the social media platform. Yes, I am still a small content creator, but I have been in this business since the 1980s. Now, I've been doing this prior to the internet. I was on public access television. I've had my issues with that back then, the issues that are going on now, and you may have seen this on many other my videos. It is similar situations that from time on practice that a lot of these large corps want to make the money for themselves and use free content against itself, so they be able to push their own content or content from larger companies. This has happened before and countless lawsuits on there. My public access days moved on to my Justin TV days, and now on to YouTube. And the thing is, and this is why I always mention all of our social media platforms here, because we are on multiple, because we don't know how long we will be on this particular platform. We don't know if we'll get kicked off this platform, or this platform will fold, or basically to the point where, you know, the platform will become just like a couple other platforms we've worked with, where basically they've just become just a shell of themselves and doesn't know when to shut operations to die out finally, even though that may have a limited amount of people. By eliminating the count on there, you've done several things. One, you've hastened the amount of fraud that happens on this particular social media platform, and there's plenty of it out there. Another thing is you've also allowed large companies like the news media conglomerates, the network conglomerates, and the Hollywood conglomerates to just basically take control of the commenting and the disapproval people have for their product, whereas, you know, people won't be able to look at, you know, how bad of a product is. And this is the thing, this is the plan in nature. And also we have to add politics also into this as well. Because basically there are those out there that do speak out against certain politicians or certain presidents to the situation, and that situation is blocked by multiple social media platforms. We've seen this time in and time out. The other half is basically, especially when we criticize, like this show specifically, when we criticize stuff that's on Netflix or the CW or many other platforms that are showing new shows, new movies, that we criticize, and basically, you know, I mean, we want good content. We want good content. We, you know, to smash your company because, you know, you feel like that we're doing this purposely on there. No, that's not the nature. You're making, you know, for example, the CW, you're making crap. People don't want the crap. They want good stories. And they're going to let you know. They, you know, YouTube says this is for the small creators on there. Wrong! I haven't had a major problem with a thumbs down count. Yes, I'm a small creator still, but I don't have that issue. But nevertheless, I want to know if there is a problem, and I do mention it on my program constantly when I say, please let me know in the comments. Be civil to the nature of your comment. And we do take this in. There are those comments that are eliminated either by YouTube or by our social media person because of either them being very offensive, basically violating terms of service, or to the nature that they never watched the program. And we can tell. We can tell if you didn't watch the program itself by some of the things you say. Because you'll say, well, it's this way. Well, that's what we mentioned. If you mentioned that we didn't say it, but we did, that means you didn't watch the video. You either watched the first few minutes of it and didn't watch the entirety, or just read the caption of the title or looked at the thumbnail itself. By YouTube doing this, you know, this is going to begin to push more viewers away. YouTube was created for the independent creator. But yet now you have network television, network news, you know, you have big corporations moving into here, which that's not what you wanted originally, and you're supporting them more than the content creator. When I first started on here, I had the verification, the monetization, everything, every bell and whistle that I needed to build this network. Then you started to change the rules. Before I started to be able to make $1 on this social media platforms, you took it away from me. You changed the rules.
Oh, you maniac! You blew her up! Oh, damn you! God damn you all to hell!
And now you know, the channel is gaining subscribers. But we're gaining at a rate where we have to fight every day for every view. Because on occasion, you may not like a particular subject matter that we discuss, and you hide the particular title away out of the algorithm. So basically, people will not see the particular video we put out. There's occasion where basically a video will pass through the algorithm, or YouTube will allow it to go through, and we will get a count up. And believe me, we've been testing it every day. We've been changing how our thumbnails look, how our titles are. If you notice, we stopped putting a summary below. We just put in just general information now, because I don't think anybody looks at that. We still put in our taglines. Some people have told us not to do that anymore, but we still do it. We still do it. It still works for us on certain things. But constantly we see this from them, and where are they going to stop? They're saying they're helping us. They're not helping us at all. If anything, there are small creators out there that have had their channels hacked, and still to this day, YouTube has not helped those creators get their channel back. There are times where people have been flagged on their video or channel striked for something that it's not even a strikeable offense. And then when it's removed, and then it's restruck again for the same reasoning. Or they're struck down for videos that doesn't exist anymore, that it's been erased out of the system. That the video doesn't exist anymore, and yet they get a content strike, or they'll get a content warning. And then let me not go into the Fair Use Act. Whereas you have had on this show, where we've shown less than 30 seconds of a clip, 30 seconds, and we got content from BBC Network. And then there are times where we used the video and we had narration, no audio, from a trailer. Two trailers. And specifically this time around from Netflix. I generally don't have Netflix issues, but I get a content ID issue from Netflix twice. From two separate trailers, where basically we talked over the trailer in narration. And in the case, it's promoting two programs on their platform that I did enjoy. To me, there has been rampant violations of fair use, copyright, people trying to illegal content striking at a lot of YouTubers out there, that the people doing the trying to strike down the particular video doesn't own the particular product, that it's someone else, or someone making a complaint of the video, which has nothing to do with terms of service, but gets struck down anyway, without anybody looking at the video and seeing what is on the video itself. And then, of course, the words and stuff like that we can't say, that we get demonetized for saying hateful things. Are you a platform or are you a publisher? You still have not acknowledged that. Because a platform should not be striking anything claiming it's hate. According to the Supreme Court, on a case in the 1960s, I think it's two cases in the 1960s, has deemed that hate speech doesn't exist in this country. I don't care what anybody says to the nature. The law of the land, the Supreme Court that hears these cases, deemed it hate speech does not exist. It is part of freedom of speech. The only time that it can be deadly if violence is occurred to it, which violence has never occurred to that nature when we discuss certain subjects. We try to keep it politically free here as best as possible. And there's sometimes we have certain subject matters that delves into possibly something in the government, something we disagree with a company for, say, in their dealings, like we do today. But that's not hate speech. That's not hate speech. There are plenty others on these platforms, whether it's YouTube, whether it's Facebook, whether it's Twitter, that condemns hate, the destruction of one particular minority, and they are still on the platform. YouTube, Gundam has said this, and many others have said this. You need to stop hiring these activists. You need to find people that actually work and do the work that is needed for your platform to build your platform. You need to stop using large corporations on your stream. Companies will come to you, advertisers will come to you. And you see it on some of these YouTubers. Some of these YouTubers have had coffee companies come to them, Ridge Wallet, League of Legends, all these companies that have been coming forward to support a lot of these YouTubers. And you've seen this on a daily basis. So how much time do you have left, YouTube? I don't know. I can't make a decision on that as of yet. But making more decisions like this is going to accelerate the fall of YouTube. You already see what your competitor right now, Odyssey, is doing. Odyssey is beginning monetization very soon. They are already doing live streaming. BitChute viewers have increased. Rumble has beginning to increase their viewers. TikTok, which I don't recommend anybody, and I'll tell you straight on, please, those of you who are younger viewers, get away from TikTok. It is a dangerous place because who owns the company? But yet, a lot of the younger viewers are running away from YouTube to TikTok. That's why you created Shorts. You should have done Shorts a long time ago. But what you need to do is to clean up your channel, get rid of all the porn, especially a lot of the stuff that's listed as naked yoga, which is not naked yoga. Yes, there is some naked yoga in there. But if you go video to video to video, you can tell which one is the porn and which one isn't. And especially the ones that spam my comments line with pornography, that they put a link to a pornography site in my comments lines. So far, you've been good with it. You've held a lot of them back, but every once in a while they peek out a couple of times, and you can see it'll happen on a video on my channel for about it'll be like happening for about a week, and I'll keep flagging it, and then it'll disappear for a couple of weeks. I'm due again very soon. This starting up again. YouTube, you need to work with the small creators and the creators that are very good, that have good standings in this YouTube community. You need to stop hiding channels like Ricada Law, Heel versus Babyface, Crowder, because you disagree with Crowder, you shouldn't hide it. It brings you tons of viewers in there. This is not me telling you to get rid of Young Turks, even though I disagree with Young Turks. You should be equal at both ends. You're a platform, not a publisher. You should not be taking your own stance on things because people telling you, I don't like this on your software. Well, then go elsewhere. Don't click on the video. Don't click like Dave Chappelle. You clicked on my face. You know what you were going to get when you clicked on my face. Even Howard Stern, which now I'm really upset with these days. He said back in the day, if you don't like the program, you can do two things. Change the channel or turn it off. Very simple. It's very simple. If you don't like it, you want to scream about it, fine. It's still on there. You don't get rid of the programming. You've seen how most of these content creators do, that they're building their own small little community. And they do very well itself. One of the best Friday night shows is Friday Night Tights. I always keep saying this. It's a great show. I always tune in for it. It's a lot of fun. And there are plenty of others. World Class Bullshitters. Timcast IRL. Timcast, very, very good in what they do. They present a program talking about the subjects that are going on in today, and they do very well. This is the type of programming that we should have on network television, but we don't have that anymore. These are the type of channels you need to promote, and the smaller creators. You need to have a line in your system for small creators. And say, listen, here is a selection of small creators. Check these out. No, what you're putting up on top is stuff like from Paramount, Disney, MSNBC, CBS, ABC. This is the stuff you push forward. And I've noticed lately you've been pushing a lot of stuff that's more than several years old. I know I've gotten hits on some of my videos that I haven't put in private that are already about since last year. I get sometimes I get comments from stuff from 2020 and 2019. So bring back that freaking thumbs down number count. Don't use us creators that basically we're the reason why you're doing it. Tell the truth and tell everybody, yeah, we're doing it because the corporations are telling us to do it, and some politicals that they're telling people in government are telling us to do this. Don't lie, because we're not dumb here. And as I say, for every show that we do here on QTCast TV and Man with the Show, tell me how you're feeling about this. Please do subscribe, hit that like, go up to the notification bell, hit it to all, and you'll receive all of our notifications here on QTCast TV and Man with the Show. So thank you for tuning in. Let's hope this gets resolved, which it probably won't. And we'll see you on the next video. Thank you for tuning in, and bye-bye now.